Okay, so this is our Q&A section. I have 3 questions to start it off. Okay?
Great.
The first one is, can we go over how to use the electrostatic sprayer and the 21-day challenge?
Sure. Okay. Well, first of all, what you can use in the electrostatic sprayer. You cannot use anything with diatomaceous earth. You can use Benefect, which is a disinfectant that we have. You can use our Clean 'em Up Zyme. You can use our Metaclean, which is also a disinfectant. The difference between Metaclean and Benefect is an organic thyme-based pesticide. So, I mean, you can spray your kitchenware, you can spray your dishes, doesn't matter, it's thyme. The Metaclean is chemical. You don't want to be spraying anything that you might touch your mouth with, or it's chemical. You don't want that. So, and the price is much different. The chemical is a lot less expensive than the Benefect is. Now, you can mix also the antimicrobial. We have Surface Guard 90 antimicrobial. Now you can mix these together and put them in the bottle. It's I don't know, 10-ounce thing on the ends on the electrostatic sprayer. So you could
about a half a quart.
Yeah, about a half a quart, and you can mix in about the antimicrobial. You only need to use like once every month or so. The disinfectants you need to use daily. The time period for the gestation of mites is like 21 days. So, for instance, if you spray today and don't spray tomorrow, those eggs could hatch and not be destroyed, and you'd have a problem. So the idea is to spray 21 days. The electrostatic sprayer, when it sprays, puts a positive charge on the spray. The environment all around us is negatively charged. So if I spray the front of, say, a doorknob, the fog will actually encompass the back of the doorknob, and when you feel it, it'll be wet. So you don't have to hit directly the surface that you're spraying. As long as the fog is in that area, it will contact it. So you spray your automobile. 3 weeks ago, one of our people was on sharing, and I need to do an update on this. Her name is L. Many people have thrown away their automobiles because they just can't get rid of the parasites. And I think L, her name E-L-L-E, has discovered the reason behind that. The circulation, the circulating system in your car, you bring in outside air or you can circulate inside air, but there's a filter in that circulating system that I was not aware of. It's called a cabin filter. And she found that it's located in the back of your glove box. And you can go on YouTube and search for how to change the cabin filter. It only takes about maybe $13 for the filter and a few minutes to change it. But she found that she had parked in an area with pine trees or whatever, and then shortly thereafter she was starting to experience itching on her hands and her legs, her feet, and was fortunate enough, I mean, she was free of it. She had gotten her life back and was being reinfected, and she was fortunate enough to figure out, and this is often important, to figure out where and how that infection might have happened. And she's the only person out of the thousands who figured out that there's a filter in the car, the ventilation system. She took out the filter and found a dead Cercadia bug in there that was infected with mites.
Right.
And every time the air went through there, even if you even if you put ammonia in there, it is not going to necessarily kill everything in that bug. So by changing that, she solved her problem. So back to the electrostatic sprayer. So you spray everything in your environment. If you have them in the air, some mites are airborne. So you spray the air, you knock them right out. I mean, wow, they have no chance. Diatomaceous earth is great, but they got to land on it in order to be destroyed. So you spray bedding, you spray around your kitchen table. You aim it at the table or go underneath. You spray your chair. It'll cover the legs of the chair. Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, so you can also mix like enzyme cleaners, like your Clean 'em Up Zymes, with the disinfectant, or you can just use an enzyme cleaner. And I learned how to do it from L, because that's when the electrostatic sprayers came out. And so when you, and she taught me how to do the 21-day challenge, and what you want to do, because so it's when your hand holds the handle, it's that piece of metal that turns it into electrostatic. And you don't have to stand there and just spray things. You have to go fast because it's going to zoom at things. So you start at the ceiling and you work your way down. You do ceiling, walls, furniture, floors, and everything in between. And it's almost like a race. You literally run through every room. And you do that with every room in your house and your car every day, at least once a day for 21 days.
And how long does it take you to?
It took me, so I have a 1,500 square foot house, and it took me
How many rooms? How many rooms?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 rooms.
Okay.
Less than 20 minutes.
Okay.
About 15 minutes. And 3 stories. So be careful. Don't just run up and down the stairs. Like, be careful. But you go very quickly, okay? So I was able to do, I think I had to, it took 1.5 tankfuls to do my whole house and my car.
Mm-hmm.
But you go fast. You don't stand there and saturate everything.
No,
it's
you don't.
Like,
no.
It's like having an Uzi and you zoom.
Right.
It's
okay,
quick. And that's really important. That's really important. Now, because I had such a bad infestation of Collembola, I also mixed in, and again, now I wouldn't necessarily recommend this, but I mixed in a little bit of Garden Safe Fungicide 3, which is 70% neem oil. You want to be really careful about using oils in your sprayer because they can clog it. So I only used like a tablespoon of neem oil in there, but every single time I used a sprayer, I would then clean it with super hot, with 8 to 10 ounces of very, very hot water and just spray it into the sink. Never had a clog problem. And I've talked to other people who said this sprayer doesn't work, it's clogging. And I told them what to do, and then they never had a problem either. So it's really important that no matter what you use, it's recommended that you use distilled water if you're diluting things. But you really need to clean it with hot water afterwards.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You don't want to use hard water with calcification happening. Use the distilled water or the reverse osmosis water or something like that. Personally, I've never had to clean mine because I never use the neem oil in it or anything that might solidify. And I might only use, for 10 seconds, 2 seconds at a time, I might use mine as the most I ever use it. So I never had to clean it. The chickens hate it. I mean, I go to the chicken coop and they run. I don't know why they hate it. But,
and I would actually do it with like the enzyme cleaner, which is non-toxic. I'd spray it as like a gentle shower over my cat.
mm-hmm.
And he was okay with it as long as I
Wasn't aiming at it. Yeah, not aiming it at him. Yeah.
Not aiming it at him directly. But I mean, I burned through the motor. I used it so much, and they replaced it, but I never had a clog. So just that's the 21-day challenge, and people I have talked to say a lot of people have said around day 15 they start feeling a difference in the environment.
Thank you.
Like it starts changing.
Now be careful. We use the Victory. It's not cheap. It's about $850. On Amazon, there are units about $150. I ordered them. You know, wow, if I could get a unit for $150, everybody would get it. That would be great. But unfortunately, it doesn't put a positive charge. It puts a negative charge. And so it's not really effective. So you want to be careful if you get anything else. You get it from us. We are here to support you. We're here to answer your questions. Though you buy it from somebody else, they're not going to know squat about how to use it
Right.
in the environment, and won't be here to educate you. So I've asked the producer of the one that produces the one with the negative electronic charge if he's making a positive. He said he is making one, and as soon as it's available, he'll get in touch with us. And so hopefully, I'll cross our fingers, sometime in the future we may have one that is a lot less expensive, but right now it's the best that we got is the Victory. Thank you.
Great. I have two more things. One, next question. I realize bouillon is not on the diet, but what about good quality bone broth? So I would like to say a couple of things, so then first of all, almost all bone broth that you buy in the store has sugars, chemicals, additives that you cannot eat. The only bone broth I found that you can buy, it's called Imagine Chicken, Turkey, Beef Bone Broth. It's one thing. It has all of those, and there's no additives or sugars in it. But you can also just go to the butcher department of your supermarket and get bones, especially if you have an Instant Pot. You can make your own bone broth. You just cook it for a long time. You can freeze it in canning jars, and then you have it available. I would recommend making your own bone broth.
Add in some celery. Add in some onions. Wow.
Dr. Axe says no additives. She says, yeah, but I think there's sugars. I mean, you have to read labels and you have to try it. I have not found anything that you could buy online except for Imagine Chicken, Turkey, and Beef Bone Broth. All the ones that say they're so good, they have other stuff that we can't eat.
Something we just learned about the diet, Barbara and I. Barbara's our herbalist, our buddy coach as well. And the big question is ginger. Years ago, ginger was off the diet, and then ginger was back on the diet, and what the heck is going on with ginger? And ginger is polyphenol, which is fantastic for your skin. It's also great for digestive aid, and we have it in our skin regenerator formula, which is great. And nobody's complained about the ginger, but the amazing thing is, Barbara found out that ginger root has different things in it than the dried ginger. So ginger root is not on the diet, but the ginger spice with the powdered ginger is okay. Strange, crazy. So that is published it's not in the book, but whenever I send out emails, I send out the copy of the diet with it.
Interesting.
Any other questions?
Interesting. Yeah. Who asked for this? Jill asked, sometimes can it not be springtails in your eyelashes, but mites? And the answer is yes, and it could be both.
Yes.
It could be both, but the treatment is pretty much the same. And
well, we don't call it treatment. We call it the cleaning process.
right. Sorry. Yes, the cleaning process is the same.
Then you use an eye wash cup with some saline water and a drop of NG, or you use an eye wash cup with colloidal silver. We have it in the store, 10 parts per million colloidal silver. Somebody wrote me and said, well, is 240 parts per million better than 10 parts per million? I don't think so. In fact, Sovereign Silver, the most popular colloidal silver in the market, is 10 parts per million.
Right.
Any other questions? I used to think it was 240 was better, but it's not.
Yeah, I don't think it makes a difference.
Any other questions? Anyone that would like to call in?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yes.
Yeah, how can I talk to you confidentially? Do I have to how do I do that?
Well, you can email me, and I'll be glad to ask any question. If you want to engage my services as a consultant, it's $125 for a half hour, and you can go to the store, and if you go down to the parasite store, there's a tab where it says books and things or whatever, and the coaches are there. Robin is free, Ethel is free, so, and quite honestly, they have more recent experience in dealing with them than I do. I vote for them over me, but it's up to you.
Right. I lost Ethel's number. I don't have it. I used to have it, but I don't.
Well, she will, at the end of the program, when we stop the recording, the coaches will give their numbers.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be coming up, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
You mentioned don't use the apple cider vinegar for a fungus. What else can be used?
Do not drink apple cider vinegar if you have or dealing with Collembola.
Okay.
Apple cider vinegar is one of the best things you can use for your skin if you have burning skin, which is an indication of skin fungus. If you go to WebMD, you'll see burning skin. It's like jock itch. It's like athlete's feet. There's a burning sensation. You can get skin fungus on your arm. It burns. It's red. That's skin fungus.
Okay.
And you can use it full strength, although in the beginning you might want to use 50% water, 50% apple cider vinegar, because if you're dealing with skin fungus and you apply apple cider vinegar, it will burn like hell.
Okay, thank you.
But you can consume it. It's wonderful to consume if you're only dealing with Morgellons or mites. But if you're dealing with Collembola, it will only feed them. Thank you.
I have
yes.
a question.
Thank you.
What is Collembola? I'm not familiar with what is it?
Well, Collembola is an arthropod. It has its own classification. It's commonly called springtails. That's what the pest people call it. It's also called snow fleas. So it goes by those three names. It's a rod-shaped organism. There are slightly over 6,000 different species. About maybe 17 or 19 of them have taken a desire to human flesh. They are very instrumental in decaying the organic matter from like outside the leaves and things like that. They're very instrumental. Without Collembola, we'd all die pretty quickly. But unfortunately, about 17 species enjoy human flesh. Now, the entomologists, the microbiologists, the specialists, they claim that they do not exist on man, that they're only a minor irritation, that if you do get them on you, you can wash them off in a shower. but there are two research studies, only two in all of history, one in 1958 or 59 in Sweden that found them as a problem, that they do inhabit skin and are a pest in that nature. And they, in that report, reported that lime sulfur is what is effective in destroying them. We do have lime sulfur in the store, but, you know, there are more like Benefect and Mediclean, and there are other disinfectants, or ammonia is also effective at destroying them. Then there was a study done around 2002, I think. This is about the time that the word Morgellons was coined. So it was done just before the word Morgellons was coined, but it was done by the National Pedulosa Society, which is the lice society. And they took 22 people. The actual numbers are in the book and in the blog, but they, for instance, took 22 people who were diagnosed as having delusions of parasites. 22 people diagnosed with delusions of parasites. And through their microscopy, they used experienced people in microscopy, and 19 out of 22, they found in the specimens taken from the skin of these people diagnosed with delusions of parasites, they found Collembola, springtails. So only two research projects, very scant, but very important to us. It makes us not crazy.
It seems like I have then springtails, Collembola, Morgellons. Oh, Lord. My Morgellons looks like hair, acts like hair, except it moves and it has phalanges.
Right. So if you have you completed the questionnaire?
No, sir. I'm very new to this. Thank you, Robin, for calling me. I found out a year ago I had Morgellons, but I've had all these symptoms and all this mess, maybe the snow fleas. Did you call them snow fleas or snow mites?
Right.
Since I was a child. As long as I can remember, I've had this crap. And I'm 55 now. And I recently decided to go back to the doctor because I've been diagnosed with everything under the sun, other than Morgellons up until now, which was psychosomatic, supposedly. So yeah, it's been an adventure for sure.
Wouldn't it be great to finally put a nail in the coffin on that all those years and finally figuring out what the hell it is, and now you're in a program that you know what to do about it.
Well, every ailment I've ever had in my entire life as an adult or as a young adult or even a child, all stems down to the Morgellons. My, ear, nose, throat, eyes. Right now, they're really attacking my eyeballs, my face. Joint pain, anxiety. Of course, depression comes along with that, which, I was a pretty happy person, I thought, until, until the reality of this, I call it a parasite, I call it a fungus, it comes in many different forms and phases.
Yeah, the Morgellons is a parasite, and there are fungal complications, internal parasites. So if you complete the questionnaire, I'll be glad to send you a detailed protocol that deals with fungus, internal parasites, everything that can mites, everything that can possibly be there from looking at your questionnaire. Last week we had a lady on, her name was Kiki. She completed the questionnaire. She had Morgellons, she had Collembola, she had skin mites, she had 6 of the 7 symptoms of strongyloides.
My eyelashes, my hair, my eyebrows, they're all these springtail whatevers, and they hurt like the dickens. And
so, number one,
Social Security. I'm fighting Social Security right now because I can't work, I can't think, I can't focus, I can't sleep, I can't eat. I mean, and now I'm going to have to start this diet because Robin was telling me how important the diet, is the first step to recovery.
Yeah, it is the absolute first step. Anything else that you could do, no matter what the cost is a waste until you are on this diet. And yes, and we're here to support you. And we had a gentleman on earlier who is willing to perhaps help you with the Social Security if you need any help.
Where is the questionnaire? Where do I find that on your?
Do you have my email?
You did say you are sending me emails. So
return. This is true for anybody. Anybody can reach me by simply returning any email, and then you can simply request a questionnaire, or you can ask any question. I ask you to keep it to 3 short questions. I don't do well with long stories. If I see a long story, I put it in a folder called long story, and if we ever get to write a book about long stories, I may pull them out about long stories. But please keep your questions short, and I'll be glad to get back to you usually within a few minutes, maybe a few hours. If it takes me 2 days, then I'm doing research. I'm Googling and looking things up to make sure I get the answer to your question. If it takes more than 4 days, email me again because it got somehow deleted or overlooked.
Okay, thank you. Well, I don't question my maker, but at this point I did, and I said why, and he said because I have a big mouth, and I'm going to help make awareness because people need to be aware of this, and it's real.
Okay. We'll look for you being one of our coaches one of these days. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm very fortunate to have people that believe me, friends and family, but it's a really messed up illness, whatever you want to call it. It's very messed up.
It certainly is. It takes us all surprised. It's like a slap upside the head.
It took my entire life. It took manifesting, coming out of my skin to where my skin was turning black and gray because I have all this sludge inside of me from their droppings. I don't know what the hell it is, but the vanity of it all, I finally went to the doctor, and of course they told me I had nothing wrong with me, even though I look like death. But,
Isn't it amazing? Thank you.
But I was fortunate enough to find a PA that put me on a antibiotic that they give farm animals, their parasites, and then I had all this purging of this fibers or these hair-looking, I call them little hair-looking worms, just totally coming out of me. I couldn't open my eyes for 6 weeks. It was unbelievable. It was a Stephen King novel. It was unbelievable.
Thank you.
So yeah.
Okay, I look forward to getting your questionnaire. All right, anyone else like to share or ask a question?
Yeah, I have a question.
What? Hello?
Hello? Oh,
You
yes. Jackie, and I have a question.
Yes.
Oh. I was curious about finding a doctor. If it's been very challenging, as everyone has said, to find somebody to embrace any of these mites or parasites. With that said, you do recommend some medications. How do you get someone to prescribe those if it's hard to find somebody to, diagnose you with anything?
Well, there are different ways of going about it. One is if you do have a good relationship with your doctor. Some people show them copies of my book, and in the book, Chapter 6, it has a list of the medications. I'm a layperson. I'm not a doctor. So sometimes they need to look at Dr. Saverly's book to make sure that, I don't know. But we do have a doctor that he charges $150 for a half hour. And once you complete the questionnaire, and then I forward him my results from the questionnaire, and he will call you and give you a diagnosis. Not a diagnosis, I'm sorry. He'll prescribe one of the medications listed. Typically, he starts off with the Primazide medication and maybe the Doxepin if anxiety is involved. And then we also came out a few months ago with an herbal supplement designed to do very much the same thing these medications do, and that is reduce the dopamine uptake in the brain that's another alternative available as well. It's new. We haven't gotten much feedback on it as to its effectiveness at this point, but that's another option.
Okay, great. One last question about your antimicrobial. When you use it in the laundry, do you use it with the NG soap or the laundry soap that we can also buy through you?
It doesn't matter. You can use it with anything, but I recommend everybody get away from the commercial laundry soaps. Most of them have sodium lauryl sulfate and many other additives. The sodium lauryl sulfate can irritate your skin. It can cause rashes. So it's a good reason to get rid of it. But you can use, and you only use the antimicrobial in your laundry one time. And you use about, what, 4 ounces of the ready-to-use for about 12 pounds of clothing, I think is what, but it specifies on the label the amount.
Okay, so you can use it with any soap, but preferably yours. And then when you use it on surfaces, for example, if you use it on a bathtub, you say
you can spray the antimicrobial on any surface, doorknobs, any surface. Most surfaces, it will last 3 months or longer. Surfaces like a doorknob that are touched in maybe a month or so, the antimicrobial will stay on the surface until it is scrubbed off. So you can put it on your table, it'll stay there. You can wash the table, you can clean the table, it'll be there. But if you use something like Ajax or scrubbing to clean it, it will remove the antimicrobial. So the only thing that takes away the antimicrobial is frequent touching or scrubbing to remove it.
Okay, so how do you do a bathtub then? I mean,
just spray it.
Because you have to spray it after with bleach if you bathe all the time in it.
That's fine.
So
that's fine. You use the before you clean the bathtub, say with bleach or ammonia or whatever you clean it. Do not use ammonia and bleach together. It'll create deadly chlorine gas. So use either or use any of your. Clean the tub, then just spray it. You put the antimicrobial on a sprayer, spray it, let it dry, and then you can use your tub as often as you wish. You can disinfect the tub after you use it with ammonia. You can wipe the tub down. Just don't use Ajax or something that's going to abrade it and remove it. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. While we're on the subject of the do not use fluoridated toothpaste. Do not drink water with fluoride. Toothpaste, use baking soda, plain, ordinary baking soda. Or go to your health food store and buy toothpaste there that has no fluoride. Just make sure. I bought some a few years ago, and when it was so old that I couldn't get it out of the tube. Or we have baking soda toothpaste with clove oil, peppermint, cinnamon, eggshells, and ionic minerals, and you can also consume it as well. But if anything, use baking soda. Get away from fluoride, period. Fluoride opens up the ability for aluminum to go into the brain. It's the gate for aluminum. Get rid of antiperspirants. Antiperspirants have aluminum. Use deodorants. Or some people use colloidal silver. Spray the colloidal silver. Use that. Get rid of aluminum cookingware. Get rid of aluminum foil that you put in the bottom of your roasting pan that it gets hot and gets all the liquid from the food that you're baking or roasting. Do not have aluminum in temperatures with your food. Get rid of it. Do not use baking powder with aluminum. I think Bob's there's a brand of baking powder that has no aluminum. Do not buy a 5G device. Do not. 5G is a killer. Did I miss anything? Okay, anyone else? Questions? Shares?
I have one, sir.
Yes.
What's the difference between the L-glutamine and the glutamine accelerator?
Are you referring to Max 1?
Probably, if you sell them both.
Well, Max 1 is L-cysteine and D-ribose, and it's called a glutathione accelerator. It is not a glutathione supplement, but has the necessary ingredients that get into the cell to combine with L-glutamate and L-glycine to form the glutathione molecule. But you weren't saying L-cysteine, you were saying L what? Glutamate?
L-glutamine?
L-glutamine.
I got L-glutamine. I got L-glutamine from you, and I didn't know if I was getting the good stuff or the really mellow stuff, or I don't understand.
That's a powder that you have?
Yes, it is.
That's a sugar. That's a natural sugar for the mucosa of your stomach, of your intestinal tract, not your stomach, of your intestinal tract. When it comes to Morgellons, because of glyphosate interrupts the biome, the natural biome. Many people end up with what is called leaky gut syndrome. Leaky gut syndrome is because the mucosa become weakened and separated, so the toxicity from your intestines get into your bloodstream. Bad news. All this because of glyphosate and GMOs. So the L-glutamine is a natural, healthy sugar to support the growth and function of the mucosa. That's its purpose.
Okay,
it's
well,
not like a
max?
What's that?
What is the max then?
The maximum what?
What is Max 1?
Max 1,
yes.
Max 1 builds glutathione. That's completely, now glutathione is in every cell of your body. Glutathione, if you go back, I think about a month ago or 5 weeks ago, we did a segment just on glutathione alone. But quickly to summarize it, it is probably the most important thing your body could ever have. It interferes with the reproduction of Morgellons. That's what the research says. It detoxifies your body. So when we're dealing with Lyme disease, as most of us are, as I was, Lyme disease, the spirochete loves a toxic environment. Glutathione gets rid of the pesticides that are in our cellular structure from whatever, from the sprays that we use, from the pesticides. It gets rid of nickel, cadmium, aluminum, arsenic. If you have arsenic poisoning and you go to the hospital, the first thing they're going to do is give you a shot of glutathione. It's a detoxifier. It protects your DNA from free radical damage. Morgellons contributes and causes free radical damage. So it modulates your mitochondria. In every cell there may be, I don't know what the exact number is, perhaps 1,000 mitochondria. They're like the furnaces. They're like tiny viruses, friendly viruses that are in your cell. If they burn too fast, the cell prematurely dies. If they burn too slow, well, your cell is not working. It's kind of like dead. So it modulates the mitochondria. Along with the L-cysteine is D-ribose. D-ribose is the natural sugar for the mitochondria to feed them, to create ATP, which you could do another whole video on, the benefits of having ATP. So Max 1 is one of the most important nutrients. that one can take. It's affordable. It's expensive. It costs us $60, and we sell it for $65 or $75. So it's expensive, but it's the best.
L-glutamine. Oh, I'm sorry.
So the L-glutamine is for your intestines. So if you have leaky gut syndrome, it's often bloating. There's a lot of bloating going on. Also, if you have Candida albicans, it's a lot of bloating going on. So the diet is probably the most effective Candida diet there is. The only change you would make if you're dealing with Candida is that you get rid of the white rice. White rice is okay for Morgellons, but not Candida. But brown rice is fine.
Okay, thank you.
So that's the only adjustment you make for Candida is to get rid of the white rice.
Okay.
Anyone else?
What is Candida?
Candida is an overgrowth of fungal organisms, specific Candida albicans. It's internal fungal growth.
So it's a fungus, okay.
Now,
fungus, okay.
if you're on antibiotics, the natural healthy bacteria in your stomach and your digestive system are wiped out. So usually when you're on antibiotics, they give you an antifungal. It could be Flagril or what are some of the other medications that are used as antifungal. But if you've been on antibiotics over and over and over and over, most likely those antifungal things are not working very well, and you need to look at alternatives to antibiotics and get on the Candida diet. Also, in dealing with Candida and fungal, we have a thing called lufeneron. It's a medication that you order from Mexico. It's actually a pet medicine, but it inhibits the ability for the fungal organisms to produce chitin. And chitin is a building block of all fungal organisms. So,
what's the name of the medicine that you can get in Mexico? I'm on the border.
Lufeneron, and if you send in the questionnaire and I evaluate it, I give you a link to where you can get it. Now, we also look at, if we're looking at Candida, we'd also be looking at our kinase enzymes. We have enzymes in the store that are specifically formulated to destroy chitin. So the lufeneron keeps it from happening in the future, and the enzyme goes after the existing chitin and destroys it. And then we also have another supplement called calcium Daclex. And that supplement inhibits the ability for fungal organisms to multiply by their hyphae. The hyphae is like a root. It's like if you have a plant that's got roots. All fungal organisms have like a root, and the hyphae is what it's called, and the hyphae sucks the nutrients out of your flesh and your body to feed the fungal organisms. Thank you. Any other questions?
Very informative. Thank you.
You're welcome. We have it pretty much covered. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
What I understand is you just said the
Kyanase
is not good for, then why do I have a bottle of it labeled here?
I don't get your question.
Well, if kyanate is something you shouldn't have in your body, why?
No. You misunderstood. Chitin. Chitin is something that you don't want in your body. Chitin is also the substance of which eggshells are comprised, that the mites lay. So it's also used against mites. But the kyanase enzymes circulate through your body, and they destroy the chitin.
Thank you.
Assimilate.
That was it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You did it. Thank you.
I have a question. So, if you were going to buy the supplement, would you go with the mask Is that what you called it?
Max 1?
Max 1.
Yes.
Max 1?
That is the only glutathione supplement. It's not glutathione. It is the only supplement. Do not under any circumstances buy any other glutathione supplement. There's liposomal glutathione. There's a whey-based glutathione. You can get glutathione supplements in the store. They have ingredients that are going to feed the parasites.
No, I'm talking through your website, the K12, or I'm sorry, what did you call it?
Max 1.
Max 1, okay.
If you go to the...
takes my brain too. Max 1, okay.
Right. If you go to the supplement tab, I think it's the second top-selling supplement that we have. The top-selling supplement, believe it or not, is a mouthwash.
Okay. So, oh, I forgot my question. Never mind.
Anyone else have a question they'd like to share?
Oh, it came back to me. I have a question. The borax and borax, that is also edible. Is that a supplement?
Borax is a powder that you put in your laundry, and ideally it's pure, which is boron, and people actually can take a pinch of borax and put it in their water and drink it as a source of boron. But I would recommend using the tablets for 3 milligrams. They're cheap. They're inexpensive. I think it's like $5.95 for a bottle of boron, that rather than pinching borax.
Boron tabs?
Boron tablets, yes.
Mm-hmm.
We have two types of boron in the store. One is simply boron, and then we have one from Piping Rock, which is a different, I don't know what the difference is, whether one is better than the other, but it's up to you to decide.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else have a question? You're welcome.
Thank you.
Anyone else have a question or would like to share? A lot of great questions today. Last week we had a lot of great testimonials. Today we got great questions.
Maybe people's brains are starting to function through fire.
Anyone else like to share or ask a question before we close this segment and then give out the phone numbers? And do the drawing? Hello?
What's ORAP?
No one else have a... Yes?
Richard, I'm going to order tomorrow. I'm through with the Candida now, but I still got some more gallons, but I'm so much better using your products. I can just tell anyone that's new, I've been doing the ammonia deal, but I've been using your cream and your breathing soap and the mouthwash and the things you've been sharing. And my environment's 100% better. My body is 100% better. And the bites are better. Everything, it's just in my face still. And I was going to ask you, when I order from you tomorrow, I was going to get the book about, because I think I'm up to the 3rd phase of food, and I really need to be following the book now that I'm over Candida. Mm-hmm. And I was going to get some of your glutathione and some of the debriding soap. So I'm going to order tomorrow. So when you're up to about the 3rd phase, I've been without.
Have you added foods from the 2nd stage yet? You shouldn't jump from stage 1 to stage 3. Add foods from stage
I might have, because that's why I'm going to order the book, because I'm not sure, because you had me on some things for Candida, and I have the Morgellons, so that's why I'm going to get the book. I've been off of wheat and sugar and red dye and dairy and eggs and white rice for several months, and I am down to 100 pounds. so I got to get my weight up. And I was going to ask you, is there such a thing? I went to Whole Foods and they swore that their rotisserie chickens are clean. Is that? No?
No. They use spices and natural flavors and things we can't eat.
Okay, he said the only thing that was on there was lemon pepper, but that may not be true.
I don't think it's true.
You can always experiment with it. Keep the diary, and if you're reaction free, you can have some of it and see if you react. It might, if you've been active free for a long time, it could take a week for it to react. So it's hard to tell. I see. Many of us are in a position where we can't test foods because we've been free of it. So we'd have to eat something like for 5 days straight to see if we reacted to it.
But with the Whole Foods cooked chicken, you need to read the label, because if there's other things like normally in things that they cook, they inject them with stuff.
Okay, because it says on the label of the outside that it is not injected with anything.
Well, then give it a try. That would be great.
Yeah, it says no antibiotics, no added stuff, no steroids, no artificial ingredients.
No, I mean, even like there's plenty of places that have no antibiotics, no steroids, but there's still, they have other things that are in there. And
okay, I'll give it a shot and pay attention.
Just read the label. The label is what makes the difference.
Read it. You got to read the whole label.
Thank you for sharing.
But potatoes, red potatoes for bulk. If you need to bulk up, that's a good thing to add in stage 2 is red potatoes.
Oh, red potatoes, I love them. Oh,
red potatoes and spelt pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you buy the spelt
flour? No, you got to buy the spelt flour at a health food store usually. Some regular stores have it. And there's at least 2 recipes in the book for spelt pancakes.
That sounds great.
Yeah,
I'm fixing to have dental work, and then I can move forward with you as my coach and move ahead with this mess and be completely healed and share with some of these people, because these things work, Richard. They do. Very, very good. Wonderful.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Anyone else like to share?
Yes, I am. I have a 5-pound bag or something like that of diatomaceous earth, and I had it in my bedroom open. Oh, God, I can't believe it. Anyway, I took it away, and I was going to try and clean my room really well because I should be cleaning better, but I don't have the energy because I'm zapped from whatever's eating me up. And but I had to go get it again, and I got it out yesterday, and I rubbed it on my arms. I mean, I have these.
That's good.
I have a blood problem, I believe. I think those little boogers are coming out of my bloodstream.
Well, they are systemic. They do get in they get in all the organs. They get in your brain. They get in your all the organs. The teeth, the mouth. They just destroy things. If that is food grade diatomaceous earth, we recommend taking it orally 2 times a day at least. And it's great for dealing with cleaning internal parts out of your body.
Bathing with it, make a mask with it.
Well, my thing is that I kind of did what Richard said when I heard you a month or so ago. I sprinkled it on my floor around my bed. Mm-hmm. And
on your bed.
Stuff. Can anyone hear me?
Yes. Could you not talk while someone else is?
Yeah, we'll be with you in a moment after this other lady finishes. So you had it around your bed?
Well, I sprinkled the diatomaceous earth around my bed. And then normally I'm a really clean person, but my energy's low because of the whatever's happening, and I had the bag open. It's huge bag of the powder.
What is your question?
So what's the problem?
What's the question?
Well, I'm wondering, do you think the powder, that the diatomaceous earth could be bad because it was left open?
No.
Diatomaceous earth doesn't go bad, and even if there's organisms in it, it's killing them.
Right, okay. And the other problem that I have with it, I don't mind using it on myself and in my room, but it's not good for the outdoors for the honeybees.
For what?
But it's not what?
Honeybees.
Honeybees. You don't want to spray plants with it.
It blows all over the place. You can't use it outside.
I'm not going to. And then but people use it on their chickens.
Sure.
Right, you can put it on animals. You can put it on chickens. You can put it on dogs and cats. You rub it into their fur.
I
You can
did
put it
that
in
on
the
my
garden.
dog.
Sprinkle it outside. It's going to blow away.
Well,
But so if you rub it into the dog's hair and he goes outside, you're okay.
you're fine.
Yes.
In fact, you can use it outside if you take a spray bottle, a 32-ounce spray bottle.
All right.
Okay, listen carefully. Take a 32-ounce spray bottle or 20, whatever size, and put about 3 or 4 tablespoons of diatomaceous earth in the spray bottle. Dry diatomaceous earth in the spray bottle. Add water, shake it up, and then you can spray it. So it won't be flying all over the place. But you won't be able to see it. You won't be able to see it until it dries. So don't overspray, because if you spray and you don't see anything and you spray again, you don't see anything and you spray again, you're going to have a white clump there when it dries.
Right. But it's probably good for the chicken coop.
Yeah, it's great for the chicken coop. You can spray it all around the chickens. That's fine. You can spray it on your walkways. You can spray it anywhere you want to outside. But don't spray it on flowers where bees will go. Okay, thank you. There's another lady that...
I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much for all your information. I appreciate it amazingly much.
Keep coming back. We'd love to have you. Keep coming back. There's another lady that wanted to ask something. Hello? There's another lady that wanted to say something.
I just wanted to add to her that you can make a mask with your diatomaceous earth. You can brush your teeth with it. You can sprinkle it on your bed. Put it in your laundry.
Yep. Rub it on your skin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mix it with Vaseline, and I'll just rub it in, to my legs and what have you, my feet. Because I got these things everywhere.
Great, yeah. In fact, it's an ingredient in our Super MSM gel. The MSM gel is the organic sulfur to apply to your skin. It really knocks out any stinging and biting pretty quickly. It's got NG in it. It's got diatomaceous earth in it. So it's super.
I've been using your debris, your scrub, which I love. That's helping a lot. Of course, the debris, I bought the 100%, not the concentrate. I've been using the concentrate. But when I first went to bathe with it, it was just unbelievable. All the, what have you, everything that was coming out of me. So I thank you very much, Robin, for calling me. So I'm going to get on that diet. I'm going to look up the diet. And hopefully, kick this thing's butt.
Okay.
Good.
Keep coming back. If anybody doesn't...
Every Sunday at 3?
Every Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time.
Yeah, 3 o'clock your time.
Yeah. Okay, well, I thank you. This is very informative, and now I know that I've got more than one parasite. I don't know, because I've got the tails, those, what did you call it, springtails?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
So what's the best thing to do about that? I bought the cucumber, eye cream or something like that.
Well, the best thing to do for all of this is start with the diet and then disinfection. Anybody who doesn't have a copy of the book or a copy of the diet, email me, and I'll be glad to send you an electronic copy of both.
I downloaded it. I just had a very hard time reading because of my eyeballs. This thing is really affecting my eyes more than anything right now.
We're looking at maybe putting the book on audio. I've had a couple of people volunteer to do that. We are just starting to do the 11th revision of the book. Ethel and I will be working on that. So hopefully in a couple of months, maybe by August, we'll have the 11th revision of the book out, and then have someone put it on audio. But unfortunately now, it's only on the...
Well, I just may put it on audio for you. So there you go.
Okay.
But the other thing is for your eyes, get a small eyeglass and some colloidal silver and rinse your eyes every 20 minutes, and within a few days they'll be clear.
Yeah, I heard him say that, so I wrote that down, and I just ordered the colloidal silver, the concentrate. I don't know. I put in an order. I don't know what all I got this time, but I didn't get the borax, so I need to go back and get that. And Meg, what did you call it? I wrote it down. The supplement powder.
Mm-hmm.
So
Max,
can I do smoothies? I
no, it's a vitamin.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. Max 1 is just a supplement. It comes in a capsule.
Oh, it's capsule. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much, and I will hopefully hear you guys on next Sunday.
Yes, keep coming back.
Sounds good.
Oh, thank you, and thank you so much, Robin, again, because nobody knows about this monster, and I'm fighting. I'm in this alone, kind of, sort of. So, I thank you guys.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good night.
Thank you. Anyone else like to share or ask a question before we close this segment?
One last question. We talked about borax and
Yes.
surface guard. Can they be used together?
Borax and surface guard in the laundry, sure.
Okay.
You can put you can use surface guard with anything in the laundry, and borax certainly, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great. You just can't scrub with it.
Okay, I do have a question. Is the borax going to bleach your clothes?
No, borax is not a bleach.
So it's color safe.
Color safe.
Yeah, you can put it right in with the dry clothes before you put the other stuff in where you put the liquids.
Yeah, because I've got your laundry soap as well. So
good.
I think, Robin, you told me I'm going to have to totally disinfect my entire house, bag my clothes. Once I get that, start reading the book, I guess that's what you were telling me it says. So
yeah, chapter 3. Chapter 3, it's a process. It's a lot of work.
I know. So, okay. Well, I thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
This week I'm going to get very focused because I don't have a choice. It's either, I don't have a choice.
Yeah, someone mentioned earlier about not liking diets, and I said I don't like diets either. In fact, a large part of my...
I'm a food junkie. I love sugar. I eat sugar every day. I might die through just the diet part and the yeah.
It's like some people when they get into a pool in the summertime, they put in their toe, and then they put in the other toe, and then they put in their foot, and this you just jump in this.
Well, I'm still in awe. I'm still in shock because I'm still in awe. So anyway, thank you so much. And if I'm going to beat this shit, I'm going to have to get serious.
Okay.
So
we're here to support you. We want you to let us know that because of us, you stuck with it and you got your life back.
Yeah. I'm going to have to. Yeah, I need my life back because I look awful. I feel awful. Yeah. So
you'll get better.
Yeah.
You'll get better.
Okay. Be blessed. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Anyone else like to share or ask a question?
I would like to ask a question. This is Carmen from Phoenix.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi. I'm doing pretty good. I'm on stage 3. I'm kind of still.
Wow.
I'm still trying, like, some foods I can eat, some foods I don't, you know, and so I'm doing pretty good. I have my house, you know, but I still feel some things once in a while, you know, and so we bought a house and I'm planning to move, and I just want tips on before I move, because I know I still feel things, even though I try to keep everything, you know, really, really, you know, because like that lady said, I didn't like the diet either. I mean, I did like the diet. There's a lot of really great things to eat, but I hated the bugs worse.
Yeah. You got to make that choice.
Yeah, and I know my face was awful, and my eyes and everything, just to give encouragement to the lady that just talked. I mean, you know, I went through that phase, and it's gone. You know, just do the diet, do the different things, and it's amazing, you know, how I feel like I do have my life back in so many ways. You know, I know I still have to be careful, you know, some things I can't eat. I just made my mayonnaise, you know, but, you know, it's like the difference between night and day. And I couldn't even say how much I appreciate you and Robin for all that you did, because it has been fantastic, you know, and I'll reiterate just for others, too, that when I went on the diet, I lost about 40 pounds, and my A1C was 6.5, and I feel like in a lot of ways I got my life back in that area, too. You know, it's been great for my health. It's been great for everything, you know, and after a while you just kind of get used to, this is what I can eat, this is what I can't, and then you experiment with things, and you can make some luscious things, you know, with just what you have, just with what you have. So anyhow, but I just wanted some tips when I move, because I want to go ahead. And I told my husband, it's like, we are moving, and I'm going to do this and this and this and this. I got the safeguard, and I wanted to go through the house with the diatomaceous earth and do, you know, do my furniture with the safeguard and disinfect it really good before I came. But I don't know if you have any other tips for me, because I don't want to bring anything over there if I could possibly can.
Robin, that's you.
Okay, well, you want to make sure that all of your clothes has been properly disinfected in the wash and the dryer and are in airtight Ziploc bags with either Nuvon strips or menthol crystals. Same thing with your shoes. When you wear shoes, you always want to wipe the bottoms off before you put them back away with ammonia. If you're not sure about furniture, either put it in storage or get rid of it. I would not take any rugs or carpets, at least not. If you have rugs that you love, put them in airtight plastic bags with lots of menthol crystals and Nuvon strips, and wait a year. And
I don't have any rugs, and you know, I got rid of a lot of stuff when I moved from one apartment to the other, and I got rid of so much stuff, so I don't have that much, you know. And
it sounds like your environment is pretty well already pretty free if you're on stage 3.
Right. Yeah. So, I'm just experimenting with foods now. Yeah, there's some I can, some I can't, you know.
So you're probably doing everything right.
I think you don't want to take any Pandora's boxes with you. So if you have anything in the attic or anything in the basement that's been stored a long time and hasn't been opened, you just want to be super critical about dealing with that.
Yeah. What I wanted to do, I was thinking about doing, is some of the things, because I'm not taking very much. I got rid of a lot the last time we moved, so I'm not taking a whole lot. But I was thinking to, you know, there is a garage in the new house that we're getting, and I was thinking to put things that I just have to take, because that's all I'm taking is the things I really, really have to take. And I'm putting those in the garage and putting the generators for a couple of days in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of days won't do it if there's stuff in there. I mean, think about the 21-day challenge.
So you think it'd take the whole 21 days?
Yeah.
It has to be disinfected every day if it might be contaminated.
Yeah, because I mean, I do have a month between the time because I had to give a notice, for my apartment, and I do have a time, a whole month time, but I mean, we do need things, I know I pretty much wasn't, going to take, all my wooden stuff. I don't have much. I have just a table I got at the Goodwill. I don't have much, wooden stuff. So I wasn't going to take pretty much anything that was in the living room. But there's just a few things. Last time I moved, I wiped down every little thing. And put it in the plastic bag. I sprayed ammonia, and then I brought it to the new apartment, But then I know the things that we had in storage, my husband kept bringing them back, and that's how I know I got it.
Yeah.
Got them back, because when I first moved in, it was like wonderful. It's like, wow, because I was so meticulous. But I know the things in storage, he would go to the storage room and then he wouldn't always, he'd fuss at me about not taking a shower and blah, 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 And so I know that's how I got him back. So that's why this time I'm telling him. I'm sorry, honey, right now, Vince, between you and the bugs. Don't give me that choice because I don't want those ugly things back. So anyways, but I didn't know, if there's any tips, that's good with the diatomaceous earth because I want to put that by my door and by the car because I know that they track them in, and so wait.
Okay. Yeah, you said you dropped 40 pounds. Let's not scare people. How many pounds overweight were you?
Oh, I could still lose to a couple pounds. I weighed about 180, and I'm only 5 feet. So that was a good thing. It was a really good thing.
It worked well to your advantage. That's good. And,
yes, it did. It did, and it made me feel a lot healthier too. I feel a lot healthier and a lot more energy and everything too. Once I dropped the weight and started losing all the bugs and stuff, and I mean I drank the diatomaceous earth, and I also drank that other stuff. I mean I tried to do everything that you said in the book, and because it really works, and I appreciate that you went through all that effort. To write it down after you went through all this stuff because, it does work. I mean, the diet does work. So just to encourage everybody in that.
Thank you. We'll send you checks tomorrow.
That's okay. I should send you one. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And if you have the time and the desire, we're certainly looking for coaches, volunteers.
Well, all we need is you, Richard, and your positive energy to get us all through this.
Sundays, but during the week, it's Robin and Ethel that carry the mantle.
I haven't bothered them lately. I try not to because I don't want to bug them. I don't want to bug anybody. But that bag of diatomaceous earth at my front door is pretty nice. Thank you for all you do, all of you.
You're welcome.